We made it!
Finally.
Finally made it.
Redneck tape measuring right here. Come on, baby. There it is.
Yes! Hello, my name is Maritza.
And I'm Jason. We just bought a sailboat, a 36-foot 1977 Pacific Seacraft named Nehan. And guess what? We have no idea how to sail.
We bought Nehan in Portland, Oregon, which is about a 10-hour drive north and 380 nautical miles from her new home port in Humboldt Bay, California.
Before we sail her down the Columbia River and into the big scary Pacific Ocean down the Oregon coast, we have many projects that we have to complete.
So follow along and learn with us
as we make all the mistakes humanly possible. So don't miss out on any of our shenanigans and subscribe.
When Jason and I first met, he told me his crazy wild idea of wanting to sail the world after he retired. I kind of chuckled and just said, okay, cool, yeah, that sounds awesome. Little did I know that in August of 2021, we would buy Nehan together and make it our next fledged full adventure. We had been shopping around for a few different boats, but it wasn't until Nehan came along in Portland, Oregon, we both knew that we were going to put all the time and energy we needed to bring Nehan back to its full potential.
After having Nehan fully surveyed, he recommended that we put in a lower offer due to her needing some work, possible fuel tank issues, and other cosmetic stuff. But we didn't care. We were willing to put in the work. So we put in an offer and it was accepted, and we were completely thrilled and could not wait to get aboard.
This is January 26th, and Jason and I have taken some time off work to have an extra long weekend. We're going to be taking some time to spend on the boat and continue to get it ready to sail it down the coast. We're super excited. This is actually going to be my first time back on the boat since we bought it, and it'll be Jason's fourth time. So he's been there a few different times, but I'm just super excited since now I actually get to play on it. We actually decided to leave immediately after work and drive through the night. We're about 2.5 hours in right now, coming up into Crescent City, and we're going to be making about a 5-hour drive today and continue the rest of it tomorrow morning. So we have a few days to work and to have a little bit of fun. Today is my birthday. Whoop, whoop.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday to me. So we're going to be spending the long weekend celebrating my birthday and playing on the boat. We do have a quite lengthy list of things to do. We did write all of our priorities in red. Continued onto stuff that can wait until we get it to Humboldt, and then kind of just our wish list. So a few of the things that we have is polish fuel tanks, get some fuel, empty the septic, check our anchor chain, install the radar mount, which will mean me going up the mast for the first time. I gotta get on there and do some techie stuff and get navionics on the chart plotter. Jason's gonna install the battery monitor. Gotta check our ditch bag and a number of things that we'll be working on between now and hopefully August, which is when we plan to actually sail down the coast and to the new home port, which will be Humboldt Bay. We're coming up into Crescent City now, and we'll give you guys an update tomorrow. On the road again. So we just left Grant's first time being on a boat ever since we bought it. So here she is. Of course, Jason's wasting no time. No time to waste. Pretty sweet, we got this last dock right at the end. We got this big guy here, and there's the Columbia River. Come on in. And we're here. Should I give you guys a sneak peek of the inside? Official project number one is removing the cover for the fuel tank.
The access for the fuel tank number one, diesel tank one. Trying to open it up so we can get a good look on how gross it is inside. So I want to open it up. Hopefully I can get my arm in there pretty good. Scrub it down. Get it cleaned up. Put fuel in this tank. Wait a while, run it for a little bit and whatnot to make sure there's no leak in this fuel tank. And once we know there's no fuel tank leak in this tank, then we can clean and do the same thing to tank number two. And then we'll repeat the process for tank number three. We have 3 tanks for a total of, what is it, 90 gallons of fuel, I think?
Something like that.
I think so, 235s and like a 20 or something like that. With these tanks being empty for as long as they have, I'm just concerned there's moisture in there, maybe some algae buildup. Yeah, so I don't want to run that through our system. So I'm trying to clean it out first. I'm just glad they all broke free. I was really worried they're gonna be like seized up or something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more to go. Over halfway. 10 minutes later.
Moment of truth.
Oh. Ooh, this doesn't look promising. Oh, those jack wagons. Yeah, that's bad.
You get a rag?
I gotta think about what I want to do.
Sandpaper.
Yeah, that's no good.
Can I just be the rust from the tank itself?
Yeah, it's like some sort of rusty something. That's gotta go. So we gotta scrub off.
Now that we had eyes on what we were working with inside the fuel tank, it was then time to kind of brainstorm our options on how to deal with the extremely dirty fuel tank. We found it to be kind of that rusty, some of the gunk from old sealant. And at the bottom, we also found it to have a lot of the sludge and slime that we do not want going inside of our engine. We decided that we would deep clean the inside of the tank by scrubbing all the rust and gunk off, and eventually Jason building a fuel polishing system in order to get as much of the particles and sludge out to get it as clean as possible. Now we are gonna head out to the big city and fill fuel tank, or sorry, propane tank. And go do some shopping for a few things that we need with making our own pump.
Fuel polishing kit.
Fuel polishing kit. And we went to Napa, Home Depot, Walmart. Got some of the basic stuff. What all did we get?
We got a 12-volt fuel pump, some inline filters, some alligator clips, and some sealant.
Once Jason had an idea of where everything was going to sit on the platform he had in mind, we got into cutting out the plywood to make the base for it. Before actually deciding to build this fuel polishing system, we actually had called around multiple places throughout Portland, but we quickly learned that one, it was very expensive, and two, just the availability of people to come out on the weekend wasn't viable, and we're trying to get this done as quickly as possible.
So that'll be like a bottom to it. Now I'm gonna trace out some sides. You know what would be a side? Here.
You're making a whole box out of it, kind of thing?
Well, kinda, yeah. And then we'll just be able to kind of keep it forever, kind of thing. Redneck tape measuring right here. Like that last second rounding decision right there? That was a little, oh, I'm gonna make this round.
I did see that.
She came out pretty good.
It did.
Originally, we built this fuel polishing system to clean all the old fuel in fuel tank 1, and we were going to pump it into fuel tank 2, clean the first fuel tank, and then cycle the fuel through the polishing system over and over and over until we saw no more debris and felt like it was clean as new. We had about 5 other filters to go through that were super cheap, and we're just going to burn those up and get nice clean fuel. But you'll see in future episodes that this might just be a giant waste of time. Come on, baby. There it is.
Yes!
There it goes. It's pumping in. Now it's just sit and wait.
Well, it's doing it.
Yeah, looks like it's gone down an inch or two.
Yeah. After spending all morning building the fuel polishing system, it was pretty exciting to see it all in action and helping us get all the fuel out of tank number 1 and into fuel tank number 2 in preparation to getting fuel tank 1 ready to deep clean before we add any fresh fuel into the tank.
We're really screwing up, babe.
Why?
We messed everything up.
Why is that?
We fucked up the whole rotation. We haven't even cracked open a beer yet.
I'll take care of that.
What the hell are we thinking?
That's why maybe I'm a little lost in here and unsure what to do.
This isn't an AA retreat.
We'll fix